Hi everyone and welcome to cryptojump. In today's video, we'll be talking about TreeDefi. So before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So let's go ahead and get started. As I said, we'll be talking about TreeDefi. It is the first eco-friendly DeFi project, the unique yield platform that aims to help the environment by planting trees. So that's pretty awesome that they're trying to help the environment by planting trees. We'll kind of talk about that more a little bit later and see how much they've actually planted. This one also has a really cutesy logo. It's supposed to be a tree. Kind of think it looks like a broccoli or even an ice cream scoop, but I guess it's supposed to be a tree. So as I said before in other videos, don't buy something just because you think it's cute unless you want to. So let's go ahead and continue on looking at what this project entails. So first, they talk about visiting the app.treedefi.com. It's their platform, and read the documentation and study everything, which I've kind of already looked through. And then it says stake, tree, and seed tokens. So this one is a little unique that they have a 2-token system. So you purchase tokens on their platform and you stake them in their farms and pools to receive rewards. And then you help the environment. By holding your tokens in our farms, you'll be rewarded with tree and seed tokens, and then also help the environment by planting trees. So they mentioned that they're the first eco-friendly DeFi platform. So they're fighting cryptocurrency carbon footprint. It says that they use 1/3 of the transaction fees to plant trees, and they've worked with Team Trees, Trees for the Future, and Treedom. So I think they're still deciding which organization to mainly work with, but those are 3 organizations that have partnered with before. And it says they're here for the long run. They've locked dev funds and initial liquidity to make sure that all their users feel safe using that. And then they also work on a harvest guard. It's a feature that will protect tree and seed from market manipulation created by whales. So we'll kind of talk about that a little bit more later. They talk about it a bit in their white paper. So we'll look at that in a bit in the video. And then this is kind of their mini roadmap. Features in progress, and then here's their roadmap. So they do seed, bonsai, tree, and baobab. I think that's the right one. So in seed, they'll do multi-listing, price bot, light audit, a lottery. I did read about the lottery in their light paper or white paper. Seems pretty interesting. Haven't seen anybody do much with lotteries. So we'll go more into detail about that. And then next is Bonsai, partnerships, influencer marketing, Astro Tools analytics, launch pool, referral system, ads on Telegram groups. And then on Tree, they do harvest guard. So it's an anti-pump and dump system, which is pretty good since a lot of people are worried about, pumping and dumping or whales kind of manipulating the market or making the prices dip. And then a Tree NFT, another crypto with an NFT coming out, and then crypto governance, a CertiK audit, and Binance build program. And then their Baobab, IFO, IDO, layer farming, and proprietary AMM. So that's their roadmap, what they're looking into. So they want to stay in the loop with their users or with their holders. So they are very big on communication. They have a Medium page where you can kind of look at all their news. We'll look at that a little bit later as well. And then their initial pre-sale distribution, they have like a little chart showing what it is, 15% to the dev team, 15% to marketing, and then 70% pre-sale. Initial supply, 10 trees. I don't think that's 10 trees. And then they do have an FAQ. So they ask like, what is TreeDefi? What is yield farming? If you're kind of a beginner into cryptocurrency, this one might be a little bit, I don't want to say advanced, but you'd probably have to do more research on yield farming if you're not too familiar with it. They do provide an article for more information if you're not familiar about yield farming, but it's pretty much where you're staking your assets and farming them. I'm sorry, that's not that best explanation, but you might want to do your own research to kind of understand what yield farming is. And then how do I use TreeDefi? Is it safe to use? What are tree and seed tokens? And then they list their official media channels just in case you get the wrong one. And then their smart contract. So let's go ahead and look at their light paper, just more detailed information than what's provided on their website. As I mentioned before, there was a few things that seemed pretty interesting and seemed unique to this coin. Let's see, let's start with in their seed phase. So their seed phase, they're doing the listing, audit, and then they talk about their lottery. So their platform features a lottery that will give users a fun feature to take advantage of. The best part is that 20% of the pot is allocated to winners, will be burned to keep our coins stable. So that's how that's what the lottery is. And then they say what the like how to participate in the lottery. So they have 3 phases where you buy your tickets during a certain time, and then they do the lottery draw, and then celebrate and share your winnings with people. So that's pretty cool that they do that, you know, and it looks like anybody can participate. Doesn't look like there's any exclusions to that. And then in their next phase, the bonsai, they do some YouTube marketing and partnerships. Pretty standard ads on Telegram. And then their launch pool. And then their tree NFT. And then, oh, that was in their tree phase. So I skipped it. See, there's a tree phase. So this was another thing that they were mentioning that is pretty awesome as well, is that they have developed an anti-pump and dump system that they call Harvest Guard. It avoids price manipulation on their platform by locking 70% of the harvested tokens. And then 30% of the tokens will be released instantly, while 70% is locked in Harvest Guard and lasts 7 days. But for each new block added, a percentage of your harvest will be unlocked. So you'll gradually receive your tokens through the next 7 days. So that kind of prevents whales from just dumping all the tokens and making the prices drop. So that's a pretty good idea. It's a pretty smart idea to kind of get out of your worries, like to reassure people and not make them nervous about investing in their coin. And then mentioned before, tree NFTs will soon launch, and then we'll have the Bao phase, initial farm offerings, initial DX offering or IDOs, a new fundraising model that offers better liquidity of crypto assets. So you can kind of look more into this on your own if you're interested in reading their white paper. So they also do have an app. This is kind of what it looks like on a PC. But you could see the prices here for their seed. It's at 17.174, and then their tree is, sorry, I know it's supposed to be a tree, but I still keep thinking it's an ice cream scoop. And their tree is at 268.896. So you could kind of look more into this. You see their seed stats. I think these are pretty accurate when I was looking at it. I mean, you could see the countdowns and everything moving. So you'll see the market caps for both seed and trees, how much is minted, how much is burned, and what's circulating. And then their total value locked. Looks like some partners that they work with where you can like research their stats. And then they have their roadmap once again. And looks like they have official merchandise, which the way they do the merchandise is also pretty different than other ones. We'll look into that later as well. So here is their PancakeSwap. I was kind of just looking at their seed. This is for the seed one, and it's pretty accurate to what is listed on their app. And then this is their donation vault. So we mentioned before they've worked with like TreeDefi, Team Trees. I guess this is what they've donated. So it looks like they donated quite a bit. This one tree planted, they had like 900. I can't tell if that's a comma or if, I think it's a comma, but it's kind of missing a 0. So I'm a little bit confused about the numbers. So kind of look into this a little bit more, but this is how much they've planted, and looks like they'll get some certificates to kind of show that they've worked with them and planted these trees later. And then mentioning earlier that they want to keep up to date and communicate with their holders. So they actually do have a Medium page where they list all their news. So they have the user safety announcement, which was just on July 5th. And then July 2nd, they did a tree planting social media campaign. And then last month, they did their merchandising. And it says it's basically free, which we'll go to more details about how it's free. And then Slime Finance partnership ends, auto seed release, and you can kind of just keep scrolling and see what else they have in there. And then this is what I was talking about. So their official merchandise, it's technically free, but it's a little strange. You can't directly buy it. What you do is you have to earn fruit tokens. So it says the merchandising system is possible thanks to the creation of a new utility token named Fruit. So what you do is you stake your seed and you receive fruit tokens. And then afterwards you can receive you could use your fruit rewards to order merchandising from their store. And it looks like they do limit how much you can purchase with your fruit token. So it says you're limited to 6 different items. And they do have very unique items, like free. They have unique merch. Typically, most other cryptos just use like a t-shirt or hoodie and maybe some pants. But this one, they have hats. They do have a sticker pack, but then they also provide a notebook and then a tree bag, which coincides with, being environmentally friendly since you don't want to use plastic. It looks like it's a reusable bag. And then a pillow with the same cutesy design in different emotions. And then we have also their Twitter account. So it's at TreeDefi. And it looks like, they still try to keep up to date. The first eco-friendly yield farm. They're talking about how much they have left in stock of their merchandise. And it says they're the second in the latest trending project since Certic. It says their socials are flying in the outer space. And then they did a pilot testing for the NFT marketplace, which is still ongoing. So that's pretty cool. They have other news that you kind of want to know if you're interested in that. So that is TreeDefi. Seems like a pretty awesome project. I do like how they are trying to help the environment by planting trees. Definitely something you should check out, but it's not financial advice. So look them up if you're interested, and I'll catch you on the next video.